Hi there, welcome back to an exciting video today.
Yeah, it's a trip announcement video.
And it's even extra exciting because we're actually leaving today.
Yes. We will be at the hotel.
Or getting ready to go to the hotel.
Yes.
Because this video goes at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, that's true. So we wouldn't have left home yet.
Not quite yet, we'll be rushing around
We're
panicking.
going.
We're excited.
Yeah, but I think we've shared already the fact that we are going, so we know it's upcoming, and we've shared a few little teasers and bits and pieces of the trip, but nothing really too much more. So we just thought we'd spend a little bit of time so that you can follow along, know what our plans are, and yeah.
And we've got some exciting news to share once we've shared all the details with you. I am about to start a new venture, and I'm going to be sharing those details with you as well at the end of the video. So stay tuned for my exciting announcement about what we're up to next. Not trip related, by the way. Well, kind of, but
it's travel related, isn't it?
But it's not another trip announcement.
No, it's not a trip announcement.
It might not be one of those for a while because we're about to move house. So we are enjoying this trip. It has been a very eventful summer, a very eventful few months.
It's kind of, part of me feels it's the worst time, but it's also the best time.
A few weeks before we move.
Because I think once we have moved, I don't think we're going to be in a position that we're going to want to be.
But we also want to...
We probably will want to go away.
Yeah, we want to enjoy the new house.
Yeah, there's things we want to do as well. So we've kind of like given ourselves a little bit of time until we do think of our next trip. As in next sort of big trip, so
yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this trip.
Where should we start? Should we start how this one originally came about? The fact that we actually originally came about is the fact that we have friends that have just recently moved to North Carolina.
From Boston.
But
they're English.
Yeah. So we are going to visit them with friends. If you watched our January vlogs, Lisa and Ian, we are going with them, and we were going to spend around about a week in North Carolina, just visiting friends.
Yeah.
Then in true style, we had the idea as well, why don't we tag on a little bit extra at the start and do some Disney? Because of having annual passes and DVC, we're still flying out, so why not go a few days before? So we'd actually planned, do you mind me running through this?
No, not at all. It's 3 days, wasn't it?
We planned like 3 days. So we were going to arrive at Disney, 3 days on site, then drive to Atlanta to pick our friends up.
Yeah. And
then drive on to North Carolina.
Yeah. Did we have DVC then? No, we couldn't. No, we did book DVC.
We did book DVC.
Yeah, at Bay Lake.
At Bay Lake for those days.
That's true. I was just trying to think back. It seems ages ago now. And then
in true style, because it was like we were landing, was it like the Wednesday or something, or the Thursday? We thought, well, we could just add a couple of extra days, and then if we could try and travel the weekend, it means we get a bit of a longer time at Disney, but without having to take, well, for me, too much more holiday. Like adds an extra couple of days. So we kind of looked at that and did that, and we booked ourselves in at the Rosen Inn because we couldn't get DVC for anything. So we had, I think, 3 nights Rosen Inn, and then I think 3 or 4 at Bay Lake. Since then, we've actually now changed the game. We've got our first night at Rosen Inn, but the rest we've actually managed to get the whole time at Disney at Bay Lake. So, which is quite nice because we're only there for those, I think, is it 6 whole days?
Yeah.
It's nice that we're in the one same place. I think those of you that have maybe moved around, and when you only do 1 or 2 days at a place, it does become kind of like a pack unpack, or you don't even unpack. And you can't enjoy it as much, so it's nice having 6 days.
It makes the time feel longer when you're there as well.
It does. So, and also the location of it as well is great. Walking distance to Magic Kingdom on the monorail. You've obviously got Contemporary next door. So yeah, we're looking forward to this. So that's the Disney part of it. So we've kind of added a week on at the start.
So let's go back to the very start.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's cool. That's like the background of the trip. Let's go back to the very start. And we asked you a few weeks ago about pre-travel day. Now, we're only half an hour from Heathrow. We don't even need to do pre-travel day. But it really helps with your nerves when you struggle and you get nervous. Just being there eases you.
And this time we're flying into Tampa and it's the afternoon flight. So we don't actually leave until late afternoon or like afternoon time. So we don't even need to go to the airport. But there is something about leaving the day before that you feel, right, we are done. Holiday has started now.
Yeah, starting an extra day early.
Now, you know with us, we are creatures of habit. If you've watched our vlogs for long enough, you know that whether it be the pre-travel day, it generally is Premier Inn, or if we're in Orlando or wherever we may be, it's generally we kind of like go to the same places. Until more recently, where we have tried different things. And so that's another reason why we thought, well, we can stay at other places.
Well, we discussed it with you guys, and so many of you said, yep, go to the Renaissance. We stayed at the Renaissance, that's where we've booked, by the way. Stayed there twice during lockdown, when travel wasn't possible. We had the runway view room, and we loved it. Somebody actually sent us a message. They were watching our video, weren't they, the other day?
Oh, no, they'd watched it and remembered that we did the bingo, so they were playing the airport bingo game that we did. Airline bingo game.
I made a little bingo chart of all the airlines.
Oh, I can't remember who it was now. I can't remember the name, but yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that on Instagram to us.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
It was really nice to see. Yeah, I remember that vlog a while ago now. So.
But we've never been there during non-COVID times. We've always been there with a mask. Coffee shop wasn't open. VIP lounge wasn't open, which kind of goes along with the runway view.
It's called the executive lounge, isn't it? I think, but yeah, so yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a whole different experience. We love the hotel, so we're really, really excited to go there. And yeah, so we've got that the night before. We've booked the executive. We had a little look. The Premier Inn was actually quite expensive. We booked it. The lowest we've paid is $29. Last time we went with the family, it was $49. However, this time it was over £100. So we were playing with numbers, weren't we? And we worked out to go to the Premier Inn, to pay for that, to order our usual order, because we're creatures of habit. We like the wings and fries, don't we? We know what cocktails we're going to drink. So we worked out the cost, and breakfast the next day.
Because we're not leaving first thing like we have been before, we would be enjoying breakfast. Yeah. Well, I would anyway. So.
And then we looked at how much it would cost, because we really wanted the runway view. I think, you know, you need to if you're staying there. It's just the best. And then we worked out it was going to cost an extra £50 for the room for us to stay in the executive suite, wasn't it?
Well, not the executive. No, it's the same room, but it's classed as the executive package.
That's it.
Which gives you access to the executive lounge. Now, looking at pictures and photos, basically it seems to be that in the evening you can get drinks. It's not like a full bar, but it's things like beer, wine, soft drinks, nibbles. Not necessarily full meals, but there is a degree of food there.
Like cheese board, that
type of thing. And there is also continental breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
So we thought, do you know what, for the extra, that sorts our food for when we get there. And also in the morning. Yeah. So we're kind of covered. I mean, we'll probably grab a coffee as well, won't we, there? Because the Starbucks should be open on site.
Worst comes to worst, there's a McDonald's over.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm sure we'll take a meal deal.
So we kind of weighed up, and there wasn't really too much difference.
I think it was about £30 difference that it worked out. It was going to work out about £30 more in total.
So we thought, well, let's try it. And the idea behind the runway room view, or runway view room, was the fact that we enjoy that, so we want to spend some time that night before or afternoon or whatever, just relaxing and just spend that time, that downtime before we go.
So thank you all for your advice. We did book it.
Also as well, I did see, it was previously, again it was Chelsea, I can't remember her whole Instagram name, but she stayed at the Renaissance with her family and did the parking as well, I believe. And we did look at the option of parking on site, so it's well worth remembering, because they do a parking package. They do one for, I think it's 7 nights or 3 nights. They also do a 14 or 15 nights. And I think it was actually worked out pretty reasonable. It didn't actually work out a great deal more in comparison to if you wanted to park at the airport. It was a cheaper option.
We like their car park as well.
And we like their car park as well. It is fenced.
Yeah.
So
it's not one of those like our
purple parking.
Friend Kate was there at the premiere the other day, and she was actually videoing
parking, racing around.
They were racing, so they take your car from you and park it, and it is like bumper to bumper in the car park next to the Premier Inn. The one at the Renaissance, it's their great big.
It's just a normal car park.
It's big, isn't it? So you park yourself and you leave it there. I personally would choose that over purple parking.
Yeah, and I did call them up as well because we would have needed the Renaissance, not purple Renaissance. We did call them up, and we would have needed a couple of extra nights if we took the car. And they said no problem. All you need to do is when you get there, just pay for the extra 2 nights, or at least say you're staying for the extra 2 nights, and that would it. It would have been a flat charge of £15 per night extra. So we could have done, I think it's the 15-night package plus add 2 extra days. So,
but because we are only half an hour from Heathrow, it actually works out cheaper for us to get a taxi there and back. We looked into it, didn't it? And it just means that we don't then have to get the hopper bus
back to the airport.
When we arrive on the way back,
yep.
We've got a taxi waiting outside.
Exactly.
So we've ended up doing that option, but we were tempted, weren't we?
Yeah, but it might be something we do another time, because obviously with us moving, we are obviously going to be further away, so it could actually be an option that we drive there and leave the car, because that short bit for that hopper is going to be sort of quite an easy thing to do for us to then have our car to come back.
I feel quite happy parking
there,
because it's all sort of monitored and that, isn't it?
Yeah.
We are flying to Tampa, like Aid said. You're very excited that we're on the new Virgin flight.
We're on the Airbus A330 Neo, so it's the new plane. So really, really excited just to see the differences inside. We are flying premium, so hopefully we'll be able to bring you some details of that. And again, please go and follow along on our Instagram, which is now Aid and Lisa. So it's Aid_and_Lisa. Yes.
Well, the reason we're not flying into Orlando is because we're traveling, we're using miles. We couldn't get one into Orlando for the dates we wanted, so we're flying into Tampa. You're very excited. We're not landing until 9 o'clock at night, so it's a little bit of a shame. You kind of like miss that first evening, but we're just happy to be able to add the extra nights on, to be honest, aren't we?
Yeah, and I think it's just a bonus, really. I think arriving late at night, I kind of think, does it actually have a bit of a benefit? Will the roads be quieter? I think also coming from Tampa, I'm wondering if it'll actually take us less time to get there than it did when we landed at like 5 o'clock in Orlando. It was a nightmare.
Took about an hour and a half, 2 hours nearly, didn't it?
Not the airport, the actual drive. Once we getting
from
out
MCO to Lake Buena Vista.
Getting out of the airport was a breeze.
Really quick.
But then in the traffic was just
bumper to bumper.
Yeah, so we have flown. We have driven from Tampa to Orlando
from the airport.
But that was an internal flight that we did. So from LA. So. But the drive's okay. It just takes about sort of 40 minutes, doesn't it, on a good run? So
that's very true. Car hire's booked with Andy from Florida Discount Car Hire, as usual. And yeah, we're staying at the Rosen Inn the first night, where we stayed before. We were really happy, and I think it's worked out £55 for the night, which was really, really good. Yeah,
and it's also, we're going to be arriving probably the earliest 11, half 11, so we don't quite know how we'll feel food wise, but we could always maybe grab some food, probably stop off at a garage, worst case scenario, pick up some supplies, because we don't want to waste the time or spend the time maybe the following day doing that. So
no, we don't. We want to get up early,
do that coming through,
and go straight to Bay Lake. Somebody actually asked us, because we left a really good review about the Rosen Inn. We really liked it, Lake Buena Vista. Somebody said, did you actually like it? Would you go back again? We've booked to go back again, and actually for the half the stay we had booked, and had the DVC rooms not become available, we would have been more than happy to stay. But the DVC rooms became available at Bay Lake, which means we can stay the week now, and we're not actually, because they're our points, it's not costing us any money to stay, so we've actually saved that money, what we would have paid.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Lake Buena Vista.
Yeah, Lake Buena Vista, very, very cost effective place to stay.
Love the location.
Definitely worth its money. I mean, it's not your 5-star luxury. It's but it provides and has everything you need. So cannot fault it. On a budget, I think it's a definite place to go.
Yeah.
We would always choose it, I think.
Yeah, I would happily stay there again. We are. So yeah, then we've got a week at staying at Bay Lake. We've got a few little things like hopefully seeing friends and that, which we're really excited about. We only have the one dining reservation and we may actually cancel that. We really wanted to go to Steak 71. We really wanted the steak frites on the lunch menu.
We're talking about the lunch, so like the walk up.
No,
is
it's
it
not
walk up?
No,
oh no, not walk up. Sorry.
Lunch.
Is that at the bar though?
No, it's the lunch
Actually,
menu.
it's the proper.
Yeah. But
sorry, I thought it was actually at the bar.
We can only get a lunchtime reservation at 11:30, and it's our morning in Hollywood Studios. So it just means it really cuts it short. And we've got plans, because we're only there for the week, we've got plans then in the evening. So we're actually thinking maybe just doing it another time and cancelling that dining reservation, because we're just going to be clock watching in the morning.
And yeah, we've decided against the dining reservations. A couple of reasons. One, Lisa mentions there, it's almost like you are clock watching and you are actually... It's a strange one, because when you're actually in there, it never feels like you're in there for long. And some you aren't. You are kind of, you feel a bit in and out. The cost as well for what you're paying for can be quite pricey. But we just don't want that time consumed with that for this trip.
I think because we were only there for 6 full days, we want to kind of maximise
and
what
there's
we're doing.
plenty of snacks that we've actually found.
Well, we did a bucket list video.
We did a bucket list video, if you check that out.
Since then, I've realised that a lot of the menus have changed, so we've actually got even more items on our bucket list now.
So there's a lot of things we want to try. So we'll probably find we'll be snacking our way around the parks, the resorts, and wherever we are.
It's going to be hot as well, and the heat always affects our appetite. So then we are going to be checking out of Bay Lake and driving to Atlanta to Georgia. Hopefully, if we can get up early enough in the morning, we're going to be having an early start. We want to go back to Sonoy, our most favourite place in the whole wide world.
Yeah, it's a lovely place.
It's really influenced us, inspired us for our new home. It's had such a big... I've got a picture actually on my mood board of a house in Sonoy. Oh, I've just dropped the ears as well. We just loved it there. It's where they filmed Walking Dead, or quite a lot of Walking Dead actually.
So it'd be interesting to see, I think we spoke about this on the video before, to see what it actually is like now there. I think, did Cliff go there recently?
Yeah, he said they still do the tours. We're not doing any tours. We're literally stopping for a wander and a coffee.
Yeah, so it's just somewhere, it's just a nice place. Also, it's a nice kind of sort of stop off. Well, we'd stop there anyway, regardless of where it is.
But yeah, so that's a bit of it's taking an hour out of our road trip. But we're staying at Atlanta. We have booked the cutest hotel. It's a little independent boutique hotel. So we can't wait to share that with you. And we're meeting up with friends in the evening. We've got some really, really fun plans in Atlanta. We want to do a few Walking Dead locations, and we're meeting up with friends the following morning. We really, really want to go to Martin Luther King's
memorial, isn't it?
Yeah,
is it a memorial?
Yeah, it's like a national park. They've put a memorial park. Sorry, not national park. A memorial park there. We wanted to go and check that out previously, but there were really heavy storms when we were driving through Atlanta, so we didn't make it. So we really want to go and do that.
There's some food places as well that we've seen, that we've marked off, that we'd like to try.
Yeah.
And other things that we can do in that almost 24-hour window that we will be there, because we're literally there and gone within the day type of thing. So we're going to try and fit in quite a lot on that one.
Ponce City Market is
really looking forward
on the
to that.
list. We're really excited. If there's any other recommendations you have that are quick and easy for Atlanta, please let us know. Or leave them alone. Leave them underneath as a comment anyway, because it could be something we do another time.
Yeah, we're looking forward to meeting up with friends there as well. So
then we're picking up Lisa and Ian from the airport. And we're having an overnight stop in a hotel which is next door to Outback. We haven't been to Outback for a very long time, so we're excited about
that night.
We will be having steak that night. And then we're driving to our friend in North Carolina. So we'll be driving through Georgia, South Carolina, and into North Carolina. And Debbie has given us a full itinerary, hasn't she?
Yeah.
A day-to-day itinerary. We have got breakfast down, we've got lazy time down, dinner down, shopping. We are going to be...
It's like she's organised a school trip.
I know. I am so
It's really good in a positive way.
So much effort into this. I was like, when she said she'd send us through a list, I just expected a quick list, but no, it's like a full school itinerary. Going to be going to somewhere called Asheville, which apparently is a really cute artsy town.
We saw Asheville on someone's vlog, didn't we?
Did it? Was it
on Mika?
No.
Caleb.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Looks so cute. It's a little hop on.
I may be wrong because I know they did that.
We're going to be sharing so many cute things with you in vlogs. We're going to somewhere else. Winston-Salem, going to be doing there. They have the first ever Krispy Kremes.
What did they film in Salem? There's one a TV series
or
a movie.
There's more than one Salem
is
there.
there? Okay.
I don't know if it's that one, so I didn't like to say. Going to a winery. Going to Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm really excited about that. Going to some waterfalls. We are going to caverns, somewhere called Blowing Rock. The Trump National Golf Course. Loads of shopping, loads of food places. It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice mix of different things as well. And this is kind of almost typical to our trips that we've done before when we've done a Disney and a road trip. So we love exploring, and we haven't done anything like this for, was it 2019? And then, was it the year before? Did we do a road trip? Was it 2006? Yeah, so
it was Georgia.
It was in Georgia in 2018, and we love this type of thing where we do just explore. We know we're not going to get everything done. But we just like doing what we can do, and making the most of it and seeing these places. So it's going to be really cool.
Looking forward to vlogging it and sharing it with you. Should we then go on to the announcement that I was going to make?
Yeah, I think this is more one for you to talk about rather than me. Well, I'll stay here, of course, but it's both of us. But it's you, isn't it? So yeah.
So I've decided to start up a new business. And I have decided to become an independent travel agent. I'm very excited about this, and I know lots of you who know me already know that I have always travelled. It's
a love of yours, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
Totally. I've always travelled. Went on my first road trip when I was 6 weeks old. A train journey to Germany. I've grown up in Germany, so we've always travelled whilst we lived there. And then my first job was actually at the British Consulate, issuing passports, and worked then in the visa office. That was in Dusseldorf. And then I went on to work for Lufthansa from the age of 20. And I worked there right up until having my second child. So I was there for a long time. And you've
travelled a lot in that time
Heathrow.
as well.
I travelled so much. We used to get 90% discount off all airlines. That's like major airlines, not charter airlines. So, and in those days, it was £10 tax to pay to travel in Europe and 20 international. You think what we pay now?
I know.
That's crazy.
So you made the most of it, I think,
really
didn't
did.
you?
I did travel a lot. And then obviously we've travelled a lot.
Yeah.
So I've always travelled. I've always planned holidays. And so I've decided that with us moving house, we're starting a new chapter. I want to start a new business. And I'm really excited about this. We help people out all the time with their holidays, don't we?
Yeah, and it kind of it made sense, didn't it? Because the advice that we're giving and the places that we're staying at, we thought, why not try and link the two together? Because the amount of people that say, we've just booked this because of your recommendation. Well, hopefully the idea will be that, you can
do it with us. I can give you the advice and then book it for you.
Yeah.
So things like staying at the Renaissance at Heathrow, we've actually booked that through the travel agent. Through my travel agency, and we just thought we would practice it for ourselves first. We've booked our road trip stays, haven't we? But we'll be able to do anything from London tickets, like theatre tickets,
theme park tickets,
attractions anywhere in the world. I'm going to become a Disney and Universal specialist, and we'll be doing cruises, and hopefully it will give us the opportunity to travel more and explore more ourselves as well, but then obviously be able to share that with you and then book and hopefully pass on really good discounts and everything else to you as well.
Yeah, so as you can understand, that with everything going on, with us going on this trip, with us moving house, with you running your business, with me working, and with this as well, you can see how it's been quite a busy time at the moment. So this is definitely something that you started.
Yeah, I've qualified, I've done everything, all of that. And we will then be starting it up properly once we've settled into our new home.
But I think the idea is hopefully you're going to share your website for it. So if anyone wants to go and take a look and book anything, they'll be able to do so. But the idea is to just start and then just maybe progress a little bit more. So
really exciting, but I really hope you feel excited as well. I can't wait to help you with your holidays. It's my absolute passion. I love traveling. I love making memories with family and friends. It's just the best thing ever.
It just seemed the right thing, didn't it? And, and at the right time.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Well, we're going to finish this vlog now, video. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we can't wait for you to follow along with us.
Yeah.
Over on Instagram stories. We'll be posting lots and lots, won't we?
Definitely. So go and check out, Ada and Lisa. I think a lot of you probably follow already, but if you don't, that's where you need to go and have a look. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we will see you at Heathrow
tomorrow.
Later, yeah, and the Renaissance later on. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.